Here's something you might have missed on the Bible Forum this week. Recently, Kirk Cameron apparently voiced his opinions regarding marital roles, saying that wives are to submit to their husbands. Oddly enough, the social media went crazy. Not oddly enough, you know how this works. We can count on it every time a biblical principle, especially one regarding marital relationships or child discipline or sexual issues, is raised, often whether it's raised or not. The world is increasingly secular. That's just another fancy word for ungodly and anti-biblical. Their worldview, their social philosophy is on display in very overt and vivid ways almost everywhere we turn, even in our churches. The context of Cameron's statements are very reasonable. A marriage is very much like a partnership. Too many cooks can spoil the stew. Now, the Bible doesn't go into detail on this subject. It merely answers the logical question, in a marriage, who's in charge? And to say that the man is in charge is biblically wrong. He's not. Am I disagreeing with Cameron? No. Am I disagreeing with the Bible? No. I'm trying to walk down the middle of the street, not so offend anybody? No. If you think that's the way it is, you don't know me. And you haven't read any of my blogs here on the BibleForum.net or on theviewfromzoar.org or on livinggodly.net. The point here is that marriages are vital unions of largely differing people. Look at the average marriage. You're going to see how opposites attract. There cannot be competing ideas about how important issues are going to be resolved without chaos exploding. When it happens, the marriage is in serious turmoil. It is heading for disaster, and the children are the ones that are going to pay the price. And the larger society is going to suffer as more and more of this happens. Now, generally, women know a great deal more about family and about children than just about any other domestic or social thing that comes down, more so than the average man, that's for sure. And any man who insists on having his own way in any of these areas is a fool, unless he's the domestic partner and she's not, and that happens. Generally, men have a broader view of life. It encompasses a whole list of things: sports, politics, junk food, sleeping in the chair, cars, hobbies, tools, whatever it is. The Bible wants a couple of things to happen in a marriage. It wants marriages and families to be strong, to be stable, to be productive. It wants marriages to reflect godly standards and values. And the question is, how do you make that happen? Well, we don't marry in haste. We try to marry well. We don't marry in the heat of sexual desire or just simply for companionship or out of rebellion or foolishness. We marry people who share our values, our goals, our standards, our spiritual commitments. We work together to make the marriage and the family that comes out of it a healthy, productive, and stable environment for everybody. How do we do this? You weren't listening. By working together. And the Bible never tells a woman to obey her husband. Check it out. Watch the video, either here at the website, thebibleforum.net, or on the YouTube. You might learn a couple of things.